make that 3 consecutive dubs for the Toronto Blue Jays as they are in the Bronx and they shut out the New York Yankees 4-0 at Yankee Stadium and now improved to 64-54 on the year. Kevin Gausman on the hill for the Blue Jays and Jameson Taillon on the hill for the Yankees. And let's be honest here. Kevin Gausman just full-on shoved the New York Yankees today. 4 hits over 7 innings. Could have probably gone out there for the 8th, but the safe move was to go Jimmy Garcia and Jordan Romano to finish this game off. And the boys, well, they've now won the first 2 games in the Bronx. At the very worst, you get a split. But let's be honest here. You win the first 2 games, you don't want to split. All right, but let's get to the offense and talk about what happened during the game. So top of the 3rd inning, right, to this point, no offense against Taillon, no offense against Kevin Gausman. However, you know, the Jays get a couple runners on, first, second, and third, 1 out. We talked about it in games past. You got to find a way to drive in those runs. And Lourdes Gurriel Jr. playing in the big part of the field, grounds it to shortstop, no problem. Merrifield comes in to score. They get the out, but it's okay. The Jays are up 1-0. Nice start to the ball game, and you're kind of seeing how Kevin Gausman's starting this one, and you're like, man, he might only need a couple runs to finish this game off. We go to the next inning, top of the 4th. And you know what's funny about this? With Matt Chapman on base, Alejandro Kirk on base, Teoscar Hernandez comes up, and you know it's on Apple TV. Dun, 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 dun. It's such a useless commercial. Anyways, a useless commercial break theme song, but it's so stuck in your head, it's sick. But Teoscar Hernandez comes up, and they have Aaron Boone. They're interviewing Aaron Boone, talking about whatever the hell they're talking about. How bad is your team lately? Well, we've been pretty bad, but that's okay. And Teoscar takes one deep to left center, and it is way gone. I think it was like 421 feet, off the bat at almost 108 miles an hour, just clobbered by Teo. And the Jays extend their lead from 1-0 up to 3-0, and that interview ended fast with Aaron Boone. And meanwhile, Kevin Gausman going out there doing his thing, right? And then we move ahead to the top of the 9th, right? Jays still up 3-0. Kevin Gausman, Jimmy Garcia so far done their thing. And with guys at first and third, with nobody out, they can't get the job done. With Espinal, he pops up, I believe, on the or was it Biggio? Either way, one of the two pops up on the infield, and then Danny Jansen comes up. Steve's out there over there lifting weights. You love to see it. Getting ready for fan take next week, I guess. And then Danny Jansen hits a ball to center field, right? Scoring Matt Chapman some small ball. You get an RBI ground out, you get a sac fly, and a 2-run shot. Loving the type of baseball this team's playing with right now. And you're up 4-0 in the 9th. That's off of a roll to Chapman, who couldn't find the strike zone to save his life for the majority of that inning. Right? And Romano goes out there, shuts the door, and the Jays win it 4-0. Fantastic job by the Blue Jays bullpen, the pitching staff, timely hits, and your defense was sound. We're not going to sit here and talk about the defense. You know why? They didn't make any mistakes. They didn't make any crazy, flashy plays, but they made the sound plays, and that's really all you need to do. Just make the simple plays. You know, a lot of plays were to Bo Bichette, but again, clean, sound, made the right plays. And I was really, really impressed with them tonight defensively. Now, offensively, Alejandro Kirk. We talked about it before the finale against the Baltimore Orioles. His offense, you know, really struggling, a big offer, right? He had that crazy stretch, obviously made him an all-star where he was hitting the lights off the ball and he couldn't do anything wrong. However, you know, over the last little while, the offense kind of struggled for a bit. And then in that 6-run 7th inning against the Baltimore Orioles in the finale, by the way, Steve was at that ball game, and fantastic one at that, Alejandro Kirk's double. And you kind of felt that after him hitting that double, the extra base hit, the line drive, you're like, okay, can he build on this? And he hit like 2 or 3 of those yesterday. Hit one to the warning track, which is a sacrifice fly yesterday to Aaron Judge in right. And then he had an RBI double. I can't remember if he hit a single or another double. But either way, line drives all over the place from Alejandro Kirk. What did he do today? 3 for 4 in the ball game and scored a run. Fantastic game from Kirky. The team overall only had 8 hits. So that tells you right there that Alejandro Kirk almost had half the hits today. He was outstanding. 7 strikeouts for the Blue Jays, and they only walked twice. But again, we've talked about it day in, day out with this Blue Jays team. Pitching and defense will win you ball games. You know, and when you're allowing 8 to 10 runs a ball game and you're expecting to outscore the team, you may do that once in a while, but you can't expect to sustain that. But watching the Blue Jays lately, you watched Ross Stripling in the finale against the Orioles. You watched Jose Barrios yesterday be outstanding. And then you watched Kevin Gausman today be absolutely remarkable it does wonders for these guys. We talked about it in yesterday's ballgame, right? What was the keys to victory today? Well, early offense. You got to get to Tyone early on in the ballgame, give your guys the lead, put that negative mindset in the Yankees, and just put them to bed. And that's exactly what the Jays did again today. Now, there's still 2 more games. Things can change. The pitching matchup tomorrow looks a little bit shaky, but hey, it looked shaky yesterday, and the Jays won 9-2. So who the heck knows what's going to happen? Now, let's get to the pitching side of things, right? Because Kevin Gausman was outstanding. His splitter was electric, as it usually is. 3 of his last starts, he hasn't allowed an earned run in 3 of his last 4 outings, which is insane. And the Yankee Stadium, in a big game, went out there, and his road numbers are absolutely stellar. On the road this year, Kevin Gausman, after today's ballgame, has an ERA of 1.65, a whip of 0.99, which is ridiculous. 11 walks. The man has walked 11 guys on the road. And how many strikeouts? 81. He has been electric on the road. Completely flipped from Jose Barrios, who we all know has the great home, the home record, the home ERA, but the road ERA is awful. However, he was incredible yesterday on the road. But Gausman's road numbers, outstanding, and he continued that again today, going 7 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 walk, and struck out 7 guys. Made Josh Donaldson the bringer of rain being the bringer of frauds, and he was outstanding today. Great job from Kevin Gausman today. Bullpen-wise, Jimmy Garcia just going out there facing 8-9-1, no problem about it. Facing, was it Higashioka? I can't remember who the number 9 hitter was. Maybe Trevino? No, because that's 2 catchers. What was it about Higashioka? I can't remember who the other guy was. And then DJ LeMahieu, no problem. Clean job from him. Jordan Romano goes out there in the 9th inning and was absolutely, thanks Rob, Oswaldo Cabrera was one of the other hitters that he faced in that inning. So a great job from Jimmy Garcia. Cleaning the clocks of the bottom of the order for the Yankees. And then Jordan Romano going out there in the 9th inning facing 2, 3, 4. I believe the catcher interference on Aaron Judge in the 9th. But other than that, clean job for Jordan Romano. Going an inning, getting a strikeout. No save because you're up by 4, but it's okay. Again, any ball game in the Bronx, you got to play it safe because that ballpark can get real hairy real fast. And just a fantastic job from Jordan Romano today. Now, crazy stat that I wanted to bring up for you guys. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. If you're watching the ball game, you obviously know Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had a double in the ball game. And with that double, Vladdy becomes the youngest Blue Jay in franchise history to record his first 500 hits. So congrats to Vladdy for that. Lots more to come for him in a Blue Jays uniform. Hopefully some playoff ABs as well, which would be exciting. But wanted to touch on that real quick. Now, let's talk about tomorrow's ball game because I think we can all agree, with Barrios yesterday and on Gausman today, with Barrios yesterday, you weren't so sure about the ball game, but I will always have faith in Jose. And with Gausman going on the mound this evening, you kind of had a feeling that he was going to go out there and shove, as he does on the road, as I talked about earlier. Tomorrow, Garrett Cole gets the ball for the Yankees. I don't care what numbers suggest. But Garrett Cole is Garrett Cole. He will go out there and have his stuff. Now, the question is, will the Blue Jays be able to have the same approach that they've had over the last 3 days, or I guess 2.5 days, if you want to go back to the second half of that Orioles game there on, what day was that? Wednesday? On Wednesday. So, if they can have that sort of approach tomorrow against Garrett Cole and look for the fastball and drive it, Vladdy's done a hell of a job against Garrett Cole in the past. See what he can do tomorrow. We'll have to see. But Mitch White gets the ball for the Jays. Now, last time we saw Mitch White, it was against the Cleveland Guardians, and he was very good. 4 1/3, 4 2/3 against the Cleveland Guardians. Did a really nice job, settling those guys down and really not allowing any offense for the Guardians at all, and allowing the Blue Jays to win that ball game 2-1. But it's going to be very interesting to see what he does. On the road, in the Bronx, Yankee Stadium, I don't care how bad the offense has been lately for the Yankees. They're still the New York Yankees, and they're always bound to break out. But the Blue Jays, they're buzzing. 3 in a row winners. I believe the Tampa Bay Rays lost 3-2 in 10 innings, which is fantastic. The Orioles were up 15-10 over the Red Sox earlier on, so I'm assuming they're going to clean that game out and win that ball game, which is unfortunate. But, hey, we did our job. And the Mariners, they were up 3-2. I'm assuming they're still winning the ball game. 6-2 Mariners. Is that, Ann? Thank you. That doesn't look too good. But that's okay. We did what we had to do today. What is this? Rob, get your frisky Marlins out of here. Thank you. It's pretty incredible when you have a crowd here talking about, what is this, Ann? Oh, God, the 7-2 Mets score. Who pitched? DeGrom? Sorry. Anyways, we'll move on now. Tomorrow, guys, the Jays have an opportunity at the very least to win this series in the Bronx, which no matter what, we were going into this series. When we went into it, we're like, hey, how can we win 3 of 4? We can talk about a sweep all we want, but the question was, how can we win 3 of 4 against the Yankees? And we've already won 2. You have 2 games left. I know we all want the sweep. We want all 4 games, but if you win one of the next 2 games, let's say you lose the Garrett Cole game tomorrow. Fine. Manoah Cortez in the finale. You win one of those 2 games, you've won 3-1 in the set, and you've a very, very successful road trip, or I guess road series in the Bronx before you head to Boston at Fenway Park. Right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the ball game this evening, because Apple TV, let's be honest here, it's not the greatest way to watch a ball game, but that's okay. The Blue Jays did what they needed to do today against the New York Yankees, shutting them out 4-0. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this one. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Not much to not like, but there's a lot to like. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Twitter link is down below. So follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below. So follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow, I guess, late afternoon, because the Jays take on the Yankees in Game 3 of the 4-game set in the Bronx. 1:05 first pitch there. Mitch White, Garrett Cole at Yankee Stadium, right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the ball game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.